Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, you lovely folks. Joining me here nice and early at Marvel Snap Zone. Welcome on in. How we doing? Hopefully you're having a lovely day, lovely night, lovely afternoon, lovely week, lovely month, lovely year. You know, all the stuff in the middle. Hopefully everyone is feeling A-okay. I can only hear out of one of my ears, so I'm having a bit of a weird day personally. But looking forward to jamming a little bit more in the way of Marvel Snap. We got some brewing to do. Kettle's on, kitchen lights are on. You know the drill. We've been doing an awful lot of brewing over the last few days to various amounts of success. Some of it's gone really well, some of it's gone less well. But I'm in the mood to brew. Like, the season's done for me. I just don't care about climbing any higher than infinite rank, honestly. So for me, I'm going to try and figure some things out, try some combinations, try and build some cool looking decks, and, you know, maybe find something hidden in the rough that maybe the majority of the player base hasn't yet found. As always, if you are joining me nice and early, you can do me a favor. Just like the stream. Go down, press the thumb for me. You do me a massive favor in helping reach more people early, gets the content out there, gets it flowing. All that wonderful stuff. Of course, if you're joining me nice and early, you haven't subscribed, you can do that too. More than welcome to. But I'm going to start on a pet peeve of mine tonight. Good to see you, Spider. Good to see you, Deal. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Welcome on in. Hey, Jewel. Welcome, welcome. I'm stuck on a pet peeve. Stuck on an idea that I haven't really found a home for so far. That I'm going to try and find a home for again. You're in a similar thought process to me, Dealer, but I'm going to try and not be a hazmat deck, and I'll get to why in a minute. Hey, man, how we doing? I'm gonna switch over, and we'll kind of talk you through the thought process so far. So, we've been doing a lot of brewing with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a card that not only do I kind of really enjoy playing, it's like really fun for me in terms of what you can do. It's also really good right now against like Shuri Zero and stuff like that, and gives you a lot of game in those matchups. So obviously we had a lot of success with the Surfer Patriot list, playing Valkyrie, able to win lanes because we were buffing our stuff outside of kind of equalizing the board. But there's another really sweet combo with Valkyrie that basically no one has found a dedicated home for, and that is Luke Cage. Luke Cage is a card that, if you're not familiar, stops cards from having their power reduced, which means if you Valkyrie your own stuff, it will stay where it is. It won't shrink. You'll just win the lane basically immediately, because all your opponent's stuff will have 3 power, and all your stuff will have the power that it was supposed to have. So you know. You have to unpin Thanos. Is it the best first pull 5 card? I mean, I'm not sure it's the best first pull 5 card. It's still pretty good in my opinion. I'm not sure why you have to unpin it. Seems like it's an okay one to keep pinned to me. So that's kind of what I'm set on. I want to build around this 2-card combination, find the list I like that lets me leverage that. So things that stand out to me that I kind of want to focus on, that are initial things. I like the idea of having some big base stats in the form of things like Lizard and Typhoid Mary, because, well, obviously they play very well with Luke Cage as well, and I want to be able to win the lane naturally off the course of being able to, you know, have large stats in place. The other thing is we've got to go reasonably wide, I think, in most cases, to be able to win 2 locations, because we're going to need to be able to Valkyrie 1, lock down another, maybe outstat another. I'm not really sure how we go about winning the other location right now, and I feel like we either have to go really big or really wide and kind of nowhere in the middle. So there's a lot to figure out here. I'm open to suggestions. By all means, pitch your ideas. I'm going to start digging through some cards. We're going to start thinking, getting ourselves to work. I don't think we're starting as a Bass deck, Dealer, because I think I want to experiment with Lizard and Typhoid Mary. And we're not always going to draw Luke Cage. Obviously we will sometimes, but not always. I think we're off the Bass to start with. I think there's a chance that we can be a Bass deck later. Again, I want to work on a few things with this combinations, but I don't think I want to be a Bass deck to start here now. I think I want the ability to be able to go big on certain cards. Hey Kiralis, how you doing? Hopefully all is well. You think Bash Dark Orc are probably better with Luke Cage than Lizard and Typhoid are? You might be right. You genuinely might be right. Yeah, Sarah's definitely one that is open to debate, right? Hey, life is a game. How you doing? I'm glad that you're having a good time. Like, Sarah makes a lot of sense depending on what the rest of the shell actually ends up looking like. And that's kind of what we're here to figure out, right? Again, we are really starting from a base concept here, so plenty of work to do, plenty of exploration to do, which is good. I would much rather it be that way. That's something a little more exciting. So, I say Sarah makes a lot of sense. I'm willing to like pop it in the deck for now, so we don't forget about it. But like, I could see this being a thing that we want to do. We don't lose the +1 to our opponent's stuff. No, it only stops our own cards being reduced, not from stopping theirs from getting bigger. Yeah, I appreciate that, dealer, for sure. Every little helps, for sure. I'm certainly open to feedback, and we all know that I love me some Bast. I love me some Darkhawk. I kind of feel like you need more natural synergies with Luke Cage, though. Like, Luke Cage gets worse as a card if there's not other things we're playing that goes well with Luke Cage. And if we lean into Hazmat and we go that route, we might as well just be Toxic Serra. I don't think we're doing anything better than Toxic Serra in that case. And we're looking to do something better, essentially. So, what else works with Luke Cage is the question, right? Colossus doesn't care. Reduce doesn't help us in terms of a search. Power, I guess? What else works with Luke Cage? Like, I can just be another Bass Mysterio deck. We all know that I love Bass Mysterio. No, the Red Skull would still give the +1 afterwards. It just... Valk only ever sets the base power to 3. Hazmat, again, yeah, at that point, I think we're basically trying to do the Toxic Serra thing, and I'm trying to avoid doing that if possible. Alright, let's say that we were looking at this to be... not necessarily a Serra deck either. If we're looking at it as a case of... we're doing this... we play the Bast package, right? You play Mysterio Bishop. I'll play the nice Mysterio. I need to change the default on this. Blue Marvel, Typhoid Mary, Angela, Iceman, Korg, Darkhawk. I think we definitely need a little bit of support for the Darkhawk, for sure. Maybe we can be a Killmonger deck, actually. That's a good shout. Don't hate the Killmonger. That's okay, Baggins. We're here to do it together. Like, I am a brewer in my very nature. So we're here to do it together. We're gonna learn together. Valk's not too bad in Thanos, to be fair. Goose is a card I'm umming and ahhing on. I don't think it's particularly good in this deck necessarily, unless we find ourselves super soft to Shuri Zero in general. So yeah, we're definitely playing the Darkhawk. I feel like we're probably... like... Brand new sub coming in. Win, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Bass fits in a lot of decks. I think you have to kind of build around Bass to some extent, but... She is good. She's definitely very good. Yeah, I kind of like what's on screen so far too. These are all cards that I kind of like. Rocksliding's not a card we can play in a Bass deck, I don't think. I think you either play Korg or you play Killmonger. You don't play both. Would be my instinct. Hey, Seven Bank, how we doing? Scorpion, I think, is pretty counterproductive because we're gonna struggle with. It's gonna struggle with not Valkyrieing their stuff. Lizard would also be good. Zabu, Shuri. Yeah, like, again, Shuri's just a good card on rate, right? We're not really doubling up anything. Sadly, I don't have Master Mold, so we can't try that one. I think Galactus is a reasonable buy just because it's going to be a card that is Series 5 forever. But if you don't have Null or Nimrod, it's going to be kind of hard to fit it into a decent deck. Magic? I'm not necessarily against Magic, but I'm not entirely sure what Magic is buying us. The Hood with Cage? What is the Hood doing for us with Luke Cage? Like, we could just be getting close to being a bounce deck here, right? Yeah, sadly, no Master Mold for me. I wish there was, but no Master Mold for me. Let's see what that looks like, I guess. This is feeling very close to Beast Bounce, but just playing Luke Cage to make use of Valkyrie. And that might be okay. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Hazmat without support, honestly. Oh, just because it plays well with Valk? Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, we played a lot of Wasp in the Patriots Surfer deck on Wednesday, and I was just quite good there as well.
It seems to run on some
Another brand new subscriber coming in, Tiago. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome.
Okay, now from the beginning.
Kind of just having a think about what else we could want, because it's very easy, I think, to lean into just being bounce. Yellow Jacket's not. Or the problem I have with a card like Yellow Jacket is without access to Valkyrie or Luke Cage, we're not really doing much with it. It's just like naturally a negative. It's hard to like counteract. What do I think about Patriot Debris here? I think we're definitely getting to the point where we're just closer to being Patriot Surfer than we were brewing the other day if we're playing Patriot Debris. I'm hoping that we're not going to need too much help to win our Valk lane between, like, Bishop, Luke Cage, and maybe Angela, maybe Darkhawk. I think we're already winning the Valk lane pretty hard. Can we search for, like, less than 3 power? We kind of can't. That sucks. Yeah, I started with Typhoid Mary and Lizard, but they obviously don't play super well with Bast naturally without drawing Luke Cage. Spider-Woman.
From the beginning.
Not really sure what that's doing for us, to be honest. I feel at the point we're playing Angela, Korg, Iceman, we're probably just supposed to be playing Beast and Falcon, right? Mystique to copy Darkhawk. Don't hate that. That might be okay. Yeah, I'm trying to stop everything from being a Sarah deck. Like, it's easy enough to say that it just should be, but... Yellow Jacket, Wasp. I think the problem I have with those cards in this list right now... Wasp is a bit better, but... especially Yellow Jacket doesn't do anything without Luke Cage. Chavez? Don't think we need Chavez. We're not looking for key cards too much. I don't think we're ever going to need to copy Valkyrie. She normally gets played on turn 6. So I think I'm leaning towards at least Korg. Rockslide's super awkward with Bass, so we're trying to avoid doing that. Iron Man makes a lot of sense. I could definitely see that. Iron Dude does make some sense. Oh, apparently I broke my game. There we go. We've got an infinity split Iron Man somewhere. Leader? Probably not. Would Sinister work? Mr. Sinister? I'm not really seeing it, personally. Yeah, the problem I have with that, Robin, is that we have to draw both Bast and Rockslide at that point. Yeah, we're not trying to make a negative deck. Is another ongoing effect necessary to make Mystique more consistent? Probably, but we do have access to Luke Cage, technically. That's not good, though. The Iron Man might work. Yeah, I also can't see my tokens at the moment, Spider. It's not just you. Sentinel? We're just looking for a home for the combo between Luke Cage and Valkyrie, gamer. That's kind of where we're looking to go. Yeah, I think the sad truth is I don't think Hazmat's very good against the metagame right now. It's kind of my personal feeling about it. It's really hard to not just be a Sarah deck, man. This sucks. Rescue? What's Rescue doing for us? Shang's not awful, but I'm hoping that Shang does enough by itself. Yeah, Valkyrie Bass is Cerebro 3 enabler. I'm looking to abuse Luke Cage with Valkyrie more than I am anything else. Angela, yeah. We're starting to see the problems, I guess, with a narrow card pool in the sense of, like, basically anything that we're building with here is very likely doing a similar job to bounce, doing a similar job to negative. It's hard to find an edge to gain. I appreciate that, dealer, for sure. Angela is another lane winner with Valkyrie, I can't deny that. Sarah's just all our wives, I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm a bit of a Sarah fanboy myself. I think... yeah, the hood is really good here, potentially. I think I want to try this a slightly different way. Yeah, it feels like we're pulling at too many tension strings here in the sense that this is a deck that's good with Bast and with Valkyrie, but not good together. Like, nothing feels cohesive here. Ironheart's interesting. Get it from I could definitely go pilfering other people's streams. I'm mostly sitting here in brew mode because I was going to go live tonight. I just didn't know what to play, honestly. We did okay with Debris and Mysterio together the other day. For sure, now, for sure. So how about we try something like... Play the Widow. Play the Hood.
No, what are we, a team? No, we're a chemical mixture that makes chaos. We're time bomb.
Correct, Randy. Sebastian, thank you for the brand new sub. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're basically going the Patriot route if we go that far. I think I want to experiment more. I think I want to experiment more with being a good cards deck. Let's try this again. Because I think what I want to experiment with is gonna be Lizard and Typhoid Mary. Because I think a lot of what we're building there otherwise is very similar to existing decks, right? Which is okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's not what I'm looking to achieve here necessarily. So let's try to not be a Bass deck to start with, huh? I can't spell apparently. So if we're not a Bass deck, what are we open to doing? No one ever does the bad card. I mean, I'm not trying to build a deck that's just terrible. I literally can't spell today, can I? Jeez. Play Crystal? If only I could. If only I could. Have I seen the Dan Hipella character? Yes, I have. I have seen it. It's kind of wild. Ongoing? We are doing a decent bit of ongoing stuff here. That's not impossible. Do we have any other synergies with ongoing? We could definitely play Ghost. Ghost would play well with Valkyrie in theory. Ant-Man is also good with Valk. We could be definitely going somewhere here. Are we a Super Scroll deck? I'm not sure we are, but... personally, Andy, it's hard for me to recommend buying anything that is not a Perma Series 5 card if you don't have it. What does this look like? Negative Thanos. No, I'm mostly brewing around a card combination I'm interested in at the moment, Michael, to be honest. Might be able to get this to work. Maybe. Most overrated card? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to have a think. We might be able to play the Hazmat if we're a Wong deck, right? I think we've got a lot of things that win Valkyrie lanes. I'm worried about how we win the other lane. Randy, basically whatever you want. Have you ever played Ghost with Valkyrie, chat? It's really good. More for power. More's not awful. Dino pretty good in this? Maybe. I'm not sure we're drawing enough cards for Dino to be solid. We're definitely not trying to be ongoing Destroyer, right? We don't want to just be playing ongoing cards. At the minute, Zabu's looking a bit sheepish. Like, is Dark Hawk just good enough to play Raw? Yeah, Hazmat's good with Ghost too. Like, maybe we're trying... Maybe we're trying that. You want to be a Goose deck instead of a Zabu deck? Maybe we're a Goose deck instead of a Zabu deck? We're not really getting much out of Zabu here, are we? Hood's not terrible. I don't think we're looking to... If we're playing Dark Hawk, we're playing it because it's good enough Raw. We're not playing it because we're... I don't think we want this one to be a Serra deck. This is cheap enough to play its own stuff without Serra's help, I think. Like, Wong ends up having some game because it gets buffed by Spectrum, plays well with Spectrum, plays well with Hazmat. Goose is theoretically fine. My problem with Goose is it does kind of lock us off to some extent. Don't think we need Chavez. Odin or Mystique. I don't think we're ever really an Odin deck here, to be honest. Mystique... Mystique's not really copying anything of value, to be honest. I don't really want another Typhoid Mary. Yeah, a little worried about getting under our own Goose, but that might be okay. Getting under our own Goose might be possible. We're getting somewhere. This could be exciting to try, at least. Rogue for the tech, don't think we need that. Ghost requires a strong 3. I could see that. Cosmo's probably not enough on its own. Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic is a decent shout. That's not a terrible suggestion. Doom Tiger. Don't think that really fits into what we're trying to do here. That plays well with Goose, but not with the rest of the deck. I don't hate Mr. Fantastic. Fantastic plays better with Goose over something like Captain America, right? Thor over Cosmo. I think we want something that's going to get buffed by this Spectrum. Because I feel like the non-Valkyrie games probably have to get won by Spectrum, right? Yeah, let's try this. The only way we're going to learn is by putting our foot down, right? So let's test it. We are here to brew after all. So let's experiment. Let me get the deck list updated for you folks. Goose stops the Valk on the Goose lane, which is definitely a bit of a concern. Yeah, I don't hate Invisible Woman or more, to be honest. They're both feasibly good cards. Are we supposed to be concerned about the fact Goose shuts off our ability to Valkyrie? What other cheap ongoings do we have? How many games before I make updates? Probably usually a good few. We could be an armor deck. This feels kind of mid. Let's test. Let's test. We'll play some games, and if we find ourselves unable to Valkyrie like we want to, then we'll have learnt our lesson. But that is the goal. Apparently my game sounds aren't working, so I'll go adjust those in a second. Like, this is how we learn, chat. We try things. Sometimes they're going to suck. That's the beauty of brewing. Are we exposing Luke Cage? Yeah, Mojo's a strong ongoing card, but we don't have to be an ongoing deck, if that makes sense. We're interested in playing a few more ongoing cards where possible because we want to play Spectrum as a finisher, but we don't need every card to get buffed by Spectrum if something else is good in the slot. I'm not sure how often we're going to fill the lane for Mojo, to be honest. I will be getting Kitty when she comes out, yeah. I'm currently saving up for her. Playing with the Bast Nova. The 2-hour Diablo 4 login queue has brought you here. I can't say I blame you. I considered joining the queue myself, and then didn't. Alright. But Mojo, I can see Mojo being okay. My problem is I'm not sure how we fill a Mojo lane consistently. Opponent is bouncing away. The Nova makes me think we gotta be a little scared of a Killmonger. I think. Ghost is mostly here for playing... Well, that's so unfortunate. Ghost is mostly here for playing well with Spectrum, with Valkyrie. I think it's kind of hard to replace the effect specifically, unfortunately. I'd probably just look to play another cheap ongoing card of my choice. Would be my initial instinct. The bar with no name there fucking blows. Pardon my language. What an unfortunate flip. Tough one, Sniper, honestly. I think that comes down to personal preference. So my first thought here is Cosmo should not be in our deck, because Cosmo and Ghost doesn't work. So that's the first thought. Cosmo and Ghost doesn't work. So we're probably not supposed to be a Cosmo deck. Feel like I kinda have to draw Valkyrie now. Man, this bar with no name absolutely blows. It's got Feet Beast, certainly does. Classic variant. It's certainly something, alright. Alright, is this enough? This is +2, +4, +6. This might be okay. This might work. Wow. I think we actually might have been winning that, which is kind of wild. Alright, so first instinct, Cosmo Cosmo kind of awkward. Let me fix the sound volume. Oh, why does it always do this? Why does it not full screen? Weird. Yeah, genuinely was winnable. What am I playing at? I play at the bottom of Infinite, dealer. I basically donate cubes whenever people ask, so I tend to find myself floating at around 105, 106. And continuing to stay in this kind of area to brew. Well, the Menace 1 kind of sucks. Planet Sunspot probably cracked. Let us Goose in the middle here, then, in which case. Yeah, I tend to chill around 105, 106, 107. It's a good place to try stuff out. I say I'm not trying to mug on people that are trying to get to Infinite. I would rather not do that. Opponent is on Thanos, I guess. Yeah, I just want to brew. I do not care to try too hard. Ghost is very strong with Hazmat and Valkyrie. I don't think we ever want to play Magic, but there's a chance we should just be playing Zabu, even for the few 4s that we have. Not sure yet. Think we're doing this. Yeah, play the Shuri for the 20 power lizards. Do it. Do it, Mr. Streamer. You won't, coward. No Luke Cage makes this Hazmat kind of blow. I think Ghost is very strong, specifically with Hazmat and Zabu. We're obviously not going anywhere here. This was a Lamentis 1 game where the deck kind of shit the bed.
Escaped.
I agree the Cosmo is good. That's why I'm willing to at least give it a chance before we start screwing around. Very much a case of testing things, folks. This is how we learn. Like, Ghost should be good in theory, Cosmo should be good in theory, Goose could be good in theory, Zabu could be good in theory, Tacos could be good in theory, washing your clothes on a Wednesday could be good in theory. We have to test stuff and find out. Let's get our Goose on. Any idea what happened to booster targeting? I believe they commented on it in the most recent developer questionnaire thing. And basically said something to the effect of they still want to do it, but they think the most recent change was kind of good enough. And so it's not a priority anymore. Something like that? Don't quote me exactly, because my words could be off, but I seem to recall it being something to that effect. Sakar is probably fine. You just ate tacos? Tacos are great. Tacos are good. Tacos are good and not just in theory. Bold statement. Probably true, though. Dealer knows what's up, man. Wash your clothes on a Wednesday. It's the real power day of the week. Hey, Joe. How we doing? Opponent with the dinosaur. Dinosaur makes me sad. I do not think we want to be playing Magic, personally. Not sure we're beating that dino. Seems to be stuck at 96. Hopefully that improves for you soon, my friend. Never fun being stuck at certain ranks. Good luck out there. Hazmat might be strong here, in theory. Again, we're not interested in magic, I don't think. Blake, thank you for the brand new subscription. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. No loot cage means we have to be a little careful. But that's okay. Maybe we can wait on this. Being off from work and hardly having any work at work, it's always nice to see you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I do my best to provide content at every hour of the day, as and when my body allows. I think it's time for us to give up on gaining extra energy. Let's hold this hazmat. He says, and then immediately regrets his choices. I kind of need to draw the spectrum now, I guess. Really need to draw the spectrum now, I guess. Man, I regret holding that hazmat. Leech is not a friend of the channel. For sure, Shade. Thank you for hanging out. Thanos animation. We find the loot cage. So we can take the Typhoid Mary off. But we can't hazmat. Because we're sad. Louis, there's no reason to retreat until the cube stakes increase. It was fine for us to stick around until turn 6. Because, quite frankly, nothing changed if we did. We might as well take another draw step and see what's up. Gonna take a few more games before I start making changes. We got some core concepts down. I like the idea of Wong with Hazmat, with Ghost, with Spectrum. This seems like a decent shell to work on. It's just figuring out what the other supporting cast is, right? Agent 13, you got it. Plunder Castle. That sucks. Well, we're definitely not going to Cosmo in the Gamma Lab because we're probably going to need to Valkyrie that lane. If we ever want to win it. Oh, how we doing, folks? If you are rocking your way up into the stream, you're having a good night and enjoying yourself, do feel free to pop a like on the stream for me. I would appreciate it if you haven't done so already. Really helps us keep on reaching more and more people. So my opponent's never going to expect I win this lane unless they think I'm playing the old Shang father. All right. Shuri could be we're open to playing Zabu anyway. Shuri could legitimately be interesting. Tiddy Skills, thank you so much, my dude. I appreciate the super chat. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're having a lovely day.
Sir, please put down the spear.
Please do put down the spear. I mean, Shuri's really, really good. It's definitely worth considering that she might just be A-OK. I think we're getting cheeky. No Luke Cage here kind of sucks. I think we do it this way. Opponent has a Spectrum in their hand, and we know that. They have a Gambit? Why do they have a Gambit? What is this? Oh, Age of 13, sure. Finally having success with Master Mold, I'm kind of jealous. I would like Master Mold. Is Shuri gonna get nerfed? I have no idea. The Gambit makes me sad. Alright.
Escaped.
Alright. Let's say one or two more with this as it is, and then I'm going to make some changes from based on what we figured out. I'm always too scared to make changes early with a small sample size. Oh, duh, Spider, you're right. They don't have a Spectrum. Cosmo did exist there briefly. It did, for a while. And then my opponent rudely took it away with their generated Gambit. Yeah, I do want to play the Mold Dark Hawk Ronin deck, but alas, unfortunately I do not have Master Mold, and I'm not going to be buying it anytime soon. So, it'll have to go down the list. Zabu and Goose can definitely be a nice combo. I'm a little worried about space for 2 cost cards at that point. Maybe you just aren't in that man deck, who knows. Ricky Bridge is kind of sad. I think the lizard just goes over here. Find a ghost. Yeah, for sure. Again, I think Zabu's got a lot of practicality in this list. I'm certainly not just against playing it. It's just a space thing. Figuring out what belongs where and why. Okay. Do I want Vibranium in my deck? A little. I have Wong Spectrum, so I think that's the thing that we're doing. Oh, for sure, 2D skills, I get you. My opponent waved, which means I'm about to eat a fat Galactus. Something that I cannot do much about without Cosmo. Alright, Galactus me, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Wongers, pause champ. Okay. Interesting. Do we just throw the hazmat away on Rickety Bridge? I don't think we do. I love Bast. Bast is one of my favorite cards in terms of what you can do with it, for sure. I'm very, very happy with the lists we've been playing and brewing. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like the Ant-Man might not be necessary. I kind of want to find a home for Ghosts, so maybe my own personal bias is getting in the way. Played that in the wrong order, by the way. There's a very large Gamora. I believe the kids call that a hecka large Gamora. We might just be winning Rickety Bridge anyway. I guess that's what we're relying on, because we're not winning anywhere else. Yeah, Bass Mysterio is a heck of a drug. Yeah, no Vibranium for me, sadly. I was hoping to draw one. 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 I was hoping to Do we ever not Spectrum mid here? Like, we could just do this. Yeah, I think we've got a lot of ways of winning Valkyrie lanes, is the thing. Opponent doomed. Fair. Well, we weren't beating that. Ever. At any point. So I don't really much mind how we chose to do it. It's actually kind of annoying, right? Because we might have got there. We were to 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. Yeah, so we actually win this if we just play the Spectrum left. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Everyone runs to the forums, say Wong is OP. Go on, go to Reddit and scream about things that are absolute bollocks. Yeah, I kind of blagged myself into not playing Spectrum on the left there. Kind of talked myself into it. Rare Wong win. Wong wins plenty. Wong feels like a pretty well-balanced card, all in all. Effect is very powerful, but of course, it is very easy to interact with at the same time. Senor Streamer Man. How you doing, Luke? Finally got Thanos last night. Very nice. Hopefully you enjoy it very much. Not sure where I want this Ant-Man to go. I think I want it to go Sakaar. Kind of skipping on their Sunspot is making me just want a Valkyrie over there, which makes a lot of sense. Luke Cage is in play, so we can Typhoid Mary fairly happily. A little worried about eating a Galactus here again, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be. Opponent playing into Dark Dimension, sure. So I can go... like this. Opponent goes mid. Opponent Shuri's. Interesting. Well, unfortunately I have reveal priority, which kind of sucks. Like, really sucks. Mr. Fantastic just kicking me in the face for no reason. This is just Shuri Zero, right? It's just... Opponent can only ever do the one big thing because they're playing Shuri on turn 5. So we're always going to win 2 lanes here. This wasn't particularly problematic. Opponent can't like She-Hulk Taskmaster or anything because they played Shuri on 5. So it's fine. It is A-okay. Alright. Well, definitely not playing that man into Necrotia. That seems kind of bad. Yeah, I bought Ghost because I like the card, but... Yeah, I know, Dealer. I know. Mr. Fantastic has been fine, honestly, for the most part. It just kind of sucked specifically there to let us not have reveal priority. Like, I don't think Ghost is ever worth the 6k, folks. Trust me. I wish he was, but I have not found a home for her that I like yet, which is mostly why I keep trying decks like this. In terms of what you can swap for ghosts, we've kind of been toying around with a few cards that we're brewing here, we're cooking. You could try a number of things. Mojo, Zabu, like, you know, we're working on nailing numbers. Ghost probably, there's a good chance Ghost isn't even good. Very much a work in progress. My favorite thing to do, by the way, is like completely spoon people with Luke Cage and Necrosha. So we're gonna work on a Zabu variation of this deck in a moment when we make some changes. Step away from the Cosmo. Play some Shuri. Miniaturized Lab kind of sucks. My Kingdom for a Killmonger here, by the way. Opponent with the Patriots. You continue to quest for the Orca deck? Yeah, I've not found one of them either. Trust me, I've tried. I have certainly tried. Playing with the double. Imagine getting both your Patriots when your deck gets blown up. Imagine. Sadly, if we Valk mid, we turn on our opponent's Ant-Man, and they're a Patriot deck, which means that, like, Valk is not great. Oh, this is awful. Don't think we're winning this one, unfortunately. Opponent's still got 3 cards in hand. Yeah, we're probably just dead. Like, it's just always like Ultron, right? Ugh. Yeah, I mean, makes sense, Kappa. It just feels worse. Just feels worse. Yeah, I don't think we're giving him a cube here. Alright, cool. We've learned some things. Let's go back to the drawing board. Escape. We have learnt some things. Things have been learnt. Which is good. That's what we're looking to do. So, let's go back to the drawing board and try an update. Alright, so things that I'm kinda off in this configuration. This. We're gonna say Zabu. I think I'm off Goose as well, but we'll get there in a second. Shuri, we want to try. Stay for Science, I'm good. Feels very Ultron. Rogue, don't think so. Is Rogue good right now? It doesn't feel like there's enough abilities that are worth stealing. Maybe there is. Yeah, we could definitely load a version up that's more like Kazoo in the near future too. Don't hate the idea of Kazoo either. So what fills the other slot at this point? Feels like you need another on reveal. But to be fair, Shuri does that. Marvel's kind of awkward with so many 2-cost cards. It's kind of hard for this deck to flood. Like, actually, like, flood the board is what I mean. Colossus is like mid. I think I'd rather play Mojo before I played Colossus. But we're really too heavy already. I think I want a 3. She-Hulk? Don't think we're ever getting a She-Hulk in off on curve here. Doom's a good card, but like coming at me from the stairs at the gym. Good to see you, Forest Ranger. I'm not sure how we're ever fitting a She-Hulk in. Hood's one that I find interesting, but the sad truth is outside of Valkyrie, we're really not doing a lot with it, which is a bit of a concern. You just slap a Kang in here? Is that ever a thing that you do? Storm for lane correction? I don't think Storm really fits with where the rest of this deck is going. Rogue's interesting. I'm not sure there are enough targets for Rogue in the metagame right now. It really only is like Dino and Hawk, right? Makes sense, Camo. I like the Hood too. Like, we could be a Dr. Doom deck. Like, to be fair, Doom's not bad here, right? Because we're a Wong deck, we're a Goose deck, we're a Mr. Fantastic deck. Oh, Brandon. Oh, Brandon. We had Ant-Man in the last list. I think I'm going to move away from that. I didn't feel particularly good to start with. Rescue? Rescue gets Shang-Chi'd a lot right now. I'm open to trying Doom. We all know that I'm a sucker for Dr. Doom. Doom gives some endgame punch, plays well with Wong. I'll try some Doom. We'll test a little bit of Doom. Let's go. Yeah, Doom plays well with Wong and Goose in theory. Yeah, She-Hulk can step on the Doom too. Like, again, the point we're playing a She-Hulk, I probably want to play. Like, I probably just want to play like Sunspot and stuff too, right? Can you stare at that for like a minute? What, the Inked Doom? I could definitely pull it up on screen when it turns up in our hand. Everyone loves the Inked Doom, myself included. It looks kind of incredible. We've been given an Orca, chat. We can't lose. There you go. Anyone wants the close-up of the Inked Doom? There you go. It is a lovely, lovely card. No Hood, not right now. Yeah, it's really nice. Really, really nice. Let's get our Goose on. Hood Squirrel Girl, sure. We're an Orca deck now. Let's go. Yeah, it's really nice. I think at the point where I'm jumping through hoops to Yellow Jacket my own rescue, to Luke Cage it later to play around Shang-Chi, I'm probably huffing a bit too much glue. Yeah, Shuri's going to play well for us with Wong, with Zabu, with Typhoid Mary, and occasionally just be fine playing a 10 power Spectrum or Doom. Like, just because we're not cheating with the Red Skull style stuff, doesn't mean that Shuri's still not just massively above rate at that point, right? This Bishop is kind of annoying. The white crackle on that Doom? Yeah, I agree. That would be lovely. We keep playing Patriots, which is starting to get on my balls. I don't know why there's been such an uptick in Patriots, but your boy is partially responsible for that, at least. Alright, is 10 power gonna change anything? Because I think we're kind of boned. We're not beating the Iron Man, that's for sure. Like, Spectrum here is... +4, +4, +4. It's 12. +17, which is just 24. We're never ever doing that. Yeah, look, I know it's my fault. Okay, I know Patriot is more popular because of me. I get it. I understand. I take the blame. I'm at least partially responsible. I don't think the Doom is ever good enough here, right? Just at any point. Opponent also retreated, apparently.
Escaped.
Should have just put my foot down. Should have just put my foot down. Yeah, admittedly, hilariously, if we're trying to make Valkyrie good, and Valkyrie is good, our own life choices in playing Patriot have made our life significantly worse, because Patriot's really quite good into Valkyrie. That's why we were enjoying playing it so much in the Patriot deck. Slam Orca, established dominance, for sure. Send a message, chat. TVA, oh, why would I do that to myself? Why would anyone do that to themselves? Alright, Goose. You got some work to do. Think we're losing, chat. Man, how does the Red Skull deck play so well into TVA? What kind of sick joke is this? What kind of sick joke is this? Like, I swear, every time they draw the Lizard, the Titania, the Sunspot, the Zero, it's like, come on, man, why'd you draw it all?
Time's up.
You're not supposed to draw all of those cards. Cool. That was fun and interactive.
Escape.
Thank you, TVA. I enjoyed my stay. Glad to know that my variant has been pruned. Like, maybe, dealer. The problem is those cards kind of suck everywhere else. I just don't think Rogue or Super Scroll are good enough against most of the rest of the room to warrant a spot. That's kind of my issue. Kind of my issue. Nidavellir. We can work with Nidavellir. Beating someone with Orca delivers a wonderful sign of shame. Hey, you leave Orca alone. Orca did nothing wrong. Now I'm mostly memeing. It's all good. It's all good. Maybe we're just supposed to be a toxic Sarah deck with Valkyrie in our deck. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the trick. I feel like... Oh, boy, I feel like we're getting Galactus. Oh, don't you love the smell of Galacti in the morning? Well, if we're not getting Galactus, this is probably the thing I'm supposed to do. Getting Sandman. I might be able to work with that. Okay. I might be able to work with that. feel like I just Shuri here, right? And then put a spoon in my opponent's skull. They doom. There is a lot of Galactus out there right now. I mean, yeah, I think we stick around. If this is wrong, I don't want to be right. You face Galactus is not happening. That's big sad. Imagine playing Aero. Why would you do that to yourself? Ugh. I guess Aero is still playable. Fair enough. Thinking here, but not really feeling very much. This is like, I feel like the combination of Luke and Valk should be way more promising than this, and yet it just kind of isn't. Chris, at the moment, I wouldn't recommend building this. We are very much experimenting for the moment. I think the goose here is good. Very, very much experimenting at the moment. Still figuring stuff out, so. Aero does work great with Sandman, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Nowhere here really blows. Now I can't just like Shuri, duplicate Shuri and expect myself to win the game. Man, this really blows. Why did nowhere turn over? Jeez. Oh, dude, this blows. This sucks. This sucks bad. I guess we're making some Typhoid Marys and hoping to find our Luke Cage. Oh, man. I'm so sad. You miss Aero? I kind of do, I kind of don't. Deck full of rocks. Yeah, I agree. Arrow's pretty good in the Sandman deck. We do find our Luke Cage. Interesting. A few options here. Unfortunately, I feel like we're bumping into a bucket load of matchups where Valk is not at her best, because like, this just has to be Darkhawk, and Darkhawk cares not for your life choices. Like, this should be good, in theory, where I can Valkyrie the Sinister London lane and, like, not care. But instead, that's not what happens. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Yeah, Joe, again, we're experimenting, friend. Gotta test to figure things out. Like, I just feel like my opponent has to be slamming Darkhawk into Sinister London here, is the problem. This nowhere really kicked us in the face. Yeah, Luke, like, again, Bast giving stuff 3 power isn't going to let Luke Cage, like, cheat wins with Valkyrie, right? That's kind of what we were trying to explore today. Not to say, again, that that's bad. Yeah, we're not being the Darkhawk here, it's fine. Not to say that's bad. Like, again, the Bast shell might just be fine, but we've played a lot of Bast Patriot Surfer since we were brewing it. I want to explore Valkyrie and other shells. Unfortunately, Valkyrie's looking super awkward today, off the back of the fact that we are hitting a bucket load of Darkhawks and Patriots. which is fine. Again, it's gonna happen sometimes. Gonna happen sometimes. Dude. Alright, turn 7 is not the worst for us by any stretch. A little bit of machine world as a treat. Yeah, I don't mind shooting the Typhoid Mary here. It's probably fine.
Face the might of
But with a very nice looking Thor. Yeah, for sure, dealer. I understand. Oh, that's actually completely fine. Getting into Crimson Cosmos is proving to be a little hard. Okay. So we can go... Lizard, Luke Cage, Ghost. Oh, we do have a turn 7 here. We have to remember that. That's fine, right? Yeah, this is still correct. Yeah, I hope you'll now see a more reasonable amount of aero. That's really all that matters. As long as it's not every you know, second game or something, you're probably fine. I wouldn't say aero's no good. I would say aero has more of a targeted place. That's probably the way I would put it. Hey Matty, how you doing? Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm glad you completed Series 3, though. Look for the positives. Oh, Polaris here blows. That ruins so much of the plan. Well, we might still beat a Surfer anyway. Quite funny. Yeah, okay, well, yeah. I guess you don't need to spike a Valkyrie on your opponent's stuff if they just let you have a Chilean power off of a Spectrum, so deal. That is the Ultimate 4 variant, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Certainly is. You don't see too many of those. Don't see too many of those. I think the next list I'm going to switch to probably just ends up being closer to Toxic Sarah. I'm going to go that way. See how that feels. Monster Metropolis. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to... Oh, what's the point of me doing that? It just moves over to Asteroid M anyway. That might be fine. That's okay. I can work with that. Hey man, if people like artwork, that's okay. Buy whatever variants you like. We get debris. Pulls the debris over. Looking like Patriot again. Like, good lord. Hello? Yeah, I'm fine to explore and see what sticks in terms of Toxic Sarah, because that deck is happy to play Typhoid Mary anyway. Like the traditional versions of Toxic Sarah. I say traditional, you know what I mean. I do know how Howard the Duck is coming out, yeah. I don't think we're winning this. Asteroid M is kind of a bit of a kick in the face. Guess we have to do this. And hope to draw the Valk, I guess. The Valk probably doesn't even do it because it's 2 Anthem effects. I agree, Cyan, I agree. It's kind of funky to see that happen. We'll draw the Spectrum instead. Is this ever good enough? This might be good enough. This might be good enough. Doom. Doom is pretty big, but we're not being 14 on the right. Jesus Christ. It's an 11 power Doom bot. Bruh. I think it's huge. God damn. Alright, we'll take one more on this. Take one more on this. Things haven't really come together for this this list so far. It'll be an interesting one, I think, Dealer. I think, in theory, Howard should be quite reasonable in decks that care about the body. But it might just be reasonable everywhere. I truly don't know. This might be snap-worthy in a way. Yeah, this is probably snap-worthy, right? I think so. Ceratoxic is mostly pull 3 cards. Yes, it is. Certainly is. Mostly a pull 3 friendly deck. Polaris makes me sad, but that's okay. It's not a problem, Joe. If it was a problem, I would let you know. You're all Gucci. I gotta be honest, my energy's a little down today. I'm feeling a bit unwell and a bit tired, so it's not just you, I promise. I am just feeling a bit of fatigue myself, so I apologise if I come off a little bit jarring. Hey, Yankel, how you doing? So this ends up being the old Luke Cage Shuri into Doom. Punching through the negative zone. Yeah, been a bit of a long week for myself. Been a busy boy. The classic, it's not you, it's me. Not quite what I meant. Like, I didn't think anyone was being particular. Oh, Juggernaut. That kind of sucks. Actually, really sucks. But I'm okay, right? Because Doom still wins the vault. Yeah, no, I'd just rather be honest with you folks. Like, that's all. Oh, Kieran, very nice. Yankel, definitely not. No, no. In fact, the Surfer Patriot version we played on Wednesday, and we made a video on today, does not play Ultron at all. There's a number of versions that play Dr. Doom instead. Yeah, the Dan Hip Goose is pretty fruity. Also a fan. Never mind. We'll eat a fat Cosmo instead. Kind of played that well, to be fair. Everything kind of lined up for them. Got their Juggernaut and their Cosmo and their Maximus to do some good stuff. Yeah, this one is not the source, I don't think, unfortunately, folks. Not the source. So if we go Toxic Sarah, plus Valk, and we try this. No worries, Yanko. Happy to help. Actually, you know what I'll do? I should have a version of Toxic Sarah that exists already. I play this deck pretty regularly. Yeah. Let's make a copy of this. Share. And I'll adjust the copy accordingly. Yeah, not quite enough for sure. Falling a bit short is my initial impression. So, how would we like to adjust this? That's an interesting one, Luke. Doomwave is definitely my de facto go-to. I'd say Lockthor. Lockthor is probably my other one when I'm recommending pool 3 decks. You could play some. You could play this. You could play a traditional Toxic Sarah. I don't hate Killmonger, to be honest, but we'll see where we go. I like Killmonger just in general quite a lot right now. So we're definitely going to be tagging in our friend Valk. Yeah, I love traditional Toxic Sarah for sure. What deck do you feel defines your playstyle the most? Probably the Sarah control decks, to be honest. They tend to definitely appeal to my tendencies, but I enjoy quite a lot of Surfer and stuff too. Is Cage still 4? I thought Cage was 3 now. Jasper, highly recommend Doomwave, my friend. Video on the channel if you like. Doomwave is my favorite Doom deck by a lot. Yeah, I thought Luke was in 3 now. Okay. So I don't mind being a Killmonger deck in theory. Is Enchantress good right now? Enchantress feels like it should be good right now. Have I brewed a negative deck recently? I've tried a few, sadly. They've all been a bit crap. My classic Toxic Sarah build is on the channel, but it's also just the build you see on screen right now, but without a Valkyrie, and instead plays a Scarlet Witch. So literally the list you see right now. No Valkyrie, but instead plays a Scarlet Witch. Enchantress feels like it should be pretty good into a world of Patriot and Darkhawks and stuff. So outside of Luke Cage, how is Valk winning a lane in this deck? Yeah, everyone expects Shang that you come. Maybe we don't need to play the Shang because you're playing the Valkyrie. So we can play another 4. Okay, so what 4 helps you win Valkyrie lanes? Is there a 4 that helps you win a Valkyrie lane? I think Enchantress has some pretty high upsides in a deck like this, because you can turn off your own Lizards and your own Typhoid Berries, even when you're not turning off their Darkhawks, Dinos, and the like. I feel like if we're playing Valkyrie, we don't play Shang. We probably have to play another 4 for Zabu. But I would really like something to help us win a Valkyrie lane. Are we just playing Darkhawk? It's probably just Darkhawk, right? Kind of sucks. What is Shuri for 1,000? Yeah, I've heard it many times. Well, getting rid of Killmonger and adding Ghost. Oh, we can try that. Drax. Drax is an answer, alright. Yeah, so what if we went... What if we tried... Ghost and like a Darkhawk support card? How easy was the climb for me this season? I was done on the 6th of March. I finished very, very quickly this season. So I've just been donating cubes for basically the entire season. So is it Korg? Is it Widow? Sentry with Valk is kind of hot, but I don't have Sentry, sadly. Well, I say sadly. I don't normally care. You can run Luke with Sentry. Luke only cares about reducing, not increasing. Is it Korg or Black Widow? It's probably Korg, right? Probably Korg. I think we're playing Korg more than we are Ant-Man. No, you can't drop below 100, no. I think, in a way, Hazmat does let us win Valk lanes too. Lizard wins Valk lanes as well. I think we're going to test this. Let's test this. Let's try this version. This is how we learn, right? So let's test. Yes, -3 up to -8 up to 3 is in fact addition. Mathematics is hard, but it is in fact addition. No rock slide? Yeah, that's a worthwhile inclusion, worth thinking about. I think I would rather play the Enchantress for now, but I guess if the Enchantress sucks, then maybe you switch that. Yes, Lizard will win Valkyrie lanes if you have a Luke Cage in play, because it cannot go below 5. Yeah, Cheeky Spectrum's good. Cheeky Spectrum is always good. I'm a big fan of Cheeky Spectrum in general. Rock Slide's probably a decent shout if you don't like the Enchantress. Yeah, I do intend on playing the Master Mold deck eventually, but it'll be a while till I get him, I think. Saving up for Kitty Pride. I actually have no idea how many tokens I have currently because the shop won't tell me. Speaking of Master Mold! No, you cannot drop out of Infinite once you make it there. It's what, so people think I'm joking about this, right? And like, again, this makes me sound like a pretentious asshole. I don't mean it that way, please understand that. But like, I always took the season so slowly. Every season where possible. Because once I make it to Infinite, I get really bored. Like, I like having something to play for. And you know, it kind of doesn't feel that way when you're not chasing a rank or chasing a dream or whatever. And so I always took it really slow. And this season, I couldn't take it slow, man. The +5 ranks every time you level up, I just smashed my way up the ladder and was like, well, now I am really bored. I would love to get Master Mold from a cache. That would be great. Opponent got a red skull from X Mansion, which makes me kind of sad. Looking for our Valkyrie, I suppose. No worries, happy to help. Glad that you now know. Yeah, like, I don't know. People come into our chats and they're like, "Oh my god, you're a creator that's not infinite. Heard you do, you must suck." And that's always kind of awful to deal with too. But like, man, I just don't care. Like, it's so hard to be invested when there's so little going on. Like, there's so little to chase. What is this, by the way? Did I just punk my opponent? I feel like I just punked my opponent. But maybe not, because there's an Ant-Man here. So what's the play? Like, is it just Typhoid, Wolverine Hazmat? Is that it? Or we can Valk here, but then we lose to the Ant-Man. There's a Patriot. I don't think we're Valk in this game. I think this is the best we've got. Like, between the Patriot and the Ant-Man, the Valkyrie looks a bit loose. Opponent with the Sentry, by the way. I think Mold's pretty good. I ironically think Mold's pretty good. Not sure what my opponent was doing here exactly.
Victory.
Good stuff. We take those, I guess. We take those, I guess. Yeah, I think Mold's pretty legit. But as I say, I want Kitty Pryde for all the Sarah decks that I'm guilty of playing. I want her for Hitmonkey. So I gotta save up for Kitty Pryde and accept I won't have Master Mold or Negasonic for a good while. My name is Korg. I'm made of rocks. Yeah, Hitmonkey's very much my speed. So we have the Valk, we have an Enchantress. Definitely was playing around Shang. Kind of felt like it, yeah. Didn't feel like it was super necessary to do that, but I guess that's the hedge. Trying to play the sentries to play around it. Hey Game Boy, I'm doing okay, thank you. Hopefully you are too. Speaking of Shang, let's double this up. I think Enchantress is actually really good in this deck in general, just because again, turning off your own Lizards, turning off your own Typhoids, turning off Darkhawks, turning off Dinos, turning off Patriots. So these are all things I'm like at least kind of interested in. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who's looking forward to Hitmonkey. Hitmonkey's pretty damn cool. So if we just go Cage. Opponent's gonna Shuri me. Might be able to make that work. Darkhawk? I do like me some Darkhawk. High Evolutionary, yeah, Evolutionary should be kind of hot. So the problem is here that we kind of suck into Taskmaster, right? But otherwise, I'm about to ruin my opponent's entire day. Oh, come on, brother. How are you going to make that coin flip? Alright, that one sucks. That's a real tilter. Opponent's just like, yeah, go on then. Let's just flip a coin for no reason. Alright, sure. Sure. How many tokens do I have at the moment? You know what, chat? I'll show you. I'll show you how many tokens I have at the moment, okay? Keep your eyes peeled. It's an important question. It's a tough one, actually. My game is frozen, so I actually can't show you. There we go. Please tell me how many tokens I have right now. I would love to know how many tokens I need. I'm not at 6,000, clearly, because I can't buy Negasonic. But I also don't know how many tokens I need to buy Negasonic. Saying that Ghost lost that game is rubbish, because like Ghost is so good there to beat anything else being played, but like, yeah, we're not about that noise with the flip. Is what it is. I'm not going to play around my opponent Zolaing there. You've reached infinite tokens, yes. Yeah, that's roughly what's happened. I can no longer get collector's tokens, I'm just busted. You have Darkhawk pinned right now? I think so. I think Darkhawk's pretty good still. Obviously, just my opinion. Yeah, I just have endless tokens. Take all the card you can see. It's good to know. Good to know. I will do that. Every time I start coming up against a deck like this a lot in a day, I come to YouTube and see which streamer is online. Mark, I'm sorry. Mark, I'm sorry. I'm partially responsible for your metagame decisions. It's a you know what? It's a really cool power to have. I know I sound like a pretentious ass when I say that, because like, you know, I'm just a dude. I'm not anybody special. But it is kind of cool to get messages and stuff where it's like, hey, HowlingMines, my day of Marvel Snap sucked because of you. Look what you did. And it's like, nice. You're welcome, I think. It never gets normal. It's always kind of surreal. Wolverine makes this smell like Galactus that now cannot Galactus me, which is kind of hot. I think I got to try and spike the squirrel out of Death's Domain. But it will wave me. This definitely looks like Galactus. Now I'm going to be sad if I do pull it. But we're all Gucci. Currently, it is a tie everywhere. Nice. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Sewer system changes that math. We'll just get our Sarah on the table, I suppose. Opponent will destroy her. Okay, so we can in fact get Galactus again. So I guess probably need to forcibly keep the space. Oh, we can't ever lose priority here, sadly, as much as I might want to. It's probably got to keep the space open. We had Dockocked? Sure, I think. Interesting. Null coming? Null would make a lot of sense. I wish I knew how big that null was. Yeah, opponent could easily sell for the turn 6 Galactus here, though. We'd have to worry about the ramp. But yeah, this feels more like the null. And the null is kind of just huge, right? So even if we loot Cage, Hazmat, we're not really getting anywhere. The null is so big. 3 cards in deck. Maybe they don't have the null. Maybe I'm just giving them cubes for no reason. Science, I guess. Again, I'm infinite. I don't really care. This looks like a null to me. And again, that's fine. I think we established it's pretty likely that it was going to be there, and it's probably correct to retreat. So, he's okay. He's a Shang-Chi.
Victory.
Guess we beat that. Nice. Nice. Turns out, no null. No null is good. We accept. We do in fact beat a Shang-Chi. Guess there is times when you're in that game. Nice. I accept. This hand is kind of rubbish, and I'm pretty happy to skip turn 1 and blow these rocks all the way away. Was an interesting one, Ulmer, for sure. Hazmat for the win. Yeah, that was indeed a turn 6 play. Hazmat going to work. Yeah, I almost gave him 3 cubes. It's kind of the worst part, right? So like, I don't know how many of you guys are like poker players and stuff, or have any experience playing poker or anything in the past. The worst part about being an infinite is like, you can't really bluff anymore, because like, who cares? Like, they're just always gonna call if they think they can win, and I miss that not being the case. I haven't seen Scorpion in quite a while, to be honest. So this could be ramp, this could be... Was this randomly generated? It was not. Okay. Got some Fruit Loops going on over here. Not really sure what we're playing against. Not sure what we're playing against at all. Arrows. It's just ramp, I think. Sure. Yeah, Matty, I'll give it a click in a bit. I'm sure I can find out what I'm supposed to have. Let's get the Sarah on the table. Just a bit of Sandman ramp. Please don't be a Sandman. Please don't be a Sandman. Okay, Dr. Doom is possibly beatable.
All systems go.
Because we can... Yeah, common Electro. Bonus deck looking very interesting. 3 cards in decks. This Dark Orc is not very big. Yeah, for sure, Nicholas, I agree. I was like, I'm pretty sure we lose to Null, but we'll give you some cubes. Thank you for the game. But yes, the Luke Cage definitely carried us. Thank you very much. Oh, I appreciate it, Matty. Thank you. Like, we just never beat an Odin here. At any point. Good game, Nicholas. Thank you, dude. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's get a little lucky, I guess. I ran out of time here. I was supposed to move the Dark Orc over. Yeah, makes sense. Curious if Rockstide's better than Enchantress. Yeah, me too, honestly. Me also. It does feel like at the moment the Dark Orc is a bit small, a bit too often. Okay, so if we play the Lizard mid, we still lose. Okay. Ran out of time thinking here. Was trying to do math and failed. Too busy talking to chat. Mostly my fault. When do I reckon there'll be a leaderboard? Basically never, as long as bots exist. If bots are in the game, there is just no point in having a leaderboard. It doesn't prove anything. Do I know when Bast will come down to pool 3? We have a prediction on the website, but it is very much a guesstimate based on previous knowledge. We don't have a confirmed date on Bast, unfortunately. Yeah, the Dark Hook isn't bad. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, it's decisively fine. But the problem is it feels fine. So maybe we're better off with it being something else. Don't mind pulling the Sunspot out here. It's mostly okay. Onslaught Citadel is obviously very good for this deck, so... Dealer, I haven't seen it, honestly. If that's been mentioned, I've forgotten. Which is not impossible. I forget about stuff all the time. Snap has so many things going on, it's very easy for something to slip your mind. Opponent hits an ebony maw off their onslaught citadel. They can't play things there twice. Fair enough. I'm going to double Sarah, make my stuff cost nothing. Said they're working on it? Cool. I would have to give that a think. It's been a while. Good chance I've just forgotten. So opponents can move this vision, which is fine. We don't have reveal priority, so Valk always wins. Because of Dark Hawk. And then I think it's just going to be like this. Opponent didn't move the vision. Alright, deal, I guess. I assumed that vision was getting moved, and it didn't.
Victory.
Thankfully, it didn't matter, because we're pretty good anyway. The old turn 6 Sandman, not quite as good as a turn 5 one. Shocking, I know, but yeah, not its best. I'm shocked that was my opponent's best play, to be honest. Sakar. Most of this is fine for us as Sakar. I guess. Guess we Korg. Opponent with the best. Sure. Opponent is playing some Beast Hawk Bounce over there. Good deck, like it quite a lot. Kind of nice to waste their beast, to be honest. Should hopefully be able to draw some cards on turn 4, courtesy of our friend Darkhawk. I think I'm going to keep the Luke Cage safe for now. Should we reserve for casual mode? Mostly indifferent on that. Rickety Bridge is a bit crap. I think I'd rather the Zabu survive, to be honest. How are we doing, folks? Hopefully everyone's having a nice chill evening, and or morning, and or afternoon, wherever you might be. Hopefully you're having a lovely day all around. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for hanging out with us over here tonight, as we do a little bit of cooking. It is much appreciated. Bast comes back. Nothing else at time of writing. So we are just going to pop this Darkhawk here. And try and draw some cards. Really... Oh, opponent had a Darkhawk too, huh? Wow, that blows. Because that makes our Darkhawk miles worse. Well, that really blows. Jeez. Okay. Now I'm scared and sad. Don't think I can Valk a win in the middle here. Because I can't use my Darkhawk to beat their Darkhawk. Getting icy is a little relevant here, potentially. I'm glad you are, Jewel. That's what it's about. Yeah, the Iceman actually ended up mattering, which is pretty sad. So I guess all we do Do I ever see Hawkeye getting a buff? Card's a bit boring, but it's hard to buff it and not just make it kind of insane, so I'm not really sure what you do about it. Iceman definitely mattered here a little bit. I think I'm out. Kind of got blown out really bad by our opponent's Dark Orc on the same turn as ours. That's okay, that's going to happen sometimes. But not really sure we were supposed to circumvent that in any meaningful way. Alrighty. Cloning vats. Alright. Korg. Off you go. Go do your thing, friend. Opponent taking their time. What I find boring about him? As in, like, about Hawkeye? Like, yeah, the effects are very plain, and there isn't worth jumping through the hoops to make good, because it being good isn't actually that good, right? It's like slightly above rate for jumping through a hoop. And one-cost cards have to be, like, very good. Like, so I guess my rule, that's why I don't think Ghost is actually very good all around. My rule in general is very much a case of, like, one-cost cards have to have immediate impact to be good. Like, Sunspot is the exception because it's huge. But, like, you need to be, like, Korg, Iceman, you know, these kind of on-reveals. Otherwise, Killmonger just makes the card, like, invalid. Enchantress feels like it should be quite good, honestly, Luke. It's really good at, handling your own lizards and Typhoid Marys sometimes, but also there's a lot of opposing Dark Hawks, a lot of opposing Devil Dinosaurs, and apparently a lot of opposing Patriots too, so I'm kind of in the market for it right now. I definitely think there's a chance to explore something like Rock Slide in the list instead if you prefer, but I think Enchantress is pretty good right now in theory. It's just Corgi. Opponent choosing to do not a whole lot on the first 3 turns of the game. Yes, Sunspot is arguably a bit too good. Well, that was a fun and interactive game with lots of meaningful decisions. I feel like my opponent had a pretty unfortunate draw or something. Alrighty. Yeah, also true. Definitely a case of not a lot of people are going to be hedging their bets around Enchantress right now because they don't really feel the need to. I would like some buffs for sure, Dealer. I know they're hesitant to change too much stuff in one go. I get it. The argument makes some amount of sense, but oh, we always snap on ego, chat.
I am ego.
And this is my domain. Believe in ego, and ego will believe in you, chat. There you go. Opponent ramping up the numbers. Just always the right thing to do. Believe in ego, and ego will believe in you. Opponent's on Thanos. Alright. Sakaar? Sakaar's kind of sad. Very happy that my Hazmat is still in my hand. There's a good chance that wasn't happening for a second. Yeah, respect opponent. Opponent's down to jive. Opponent knows what it's all about. Oh! Oh, now... Oh, what the hell is this fresh noise? I am so dead. Why is there a Killmonger and a Red Skull on the other side of the table? Who thought this was a good idea? Ego, come on, brother. What are you doing to me? Alright, that's not a best play for my opponent, in fairness. This is still winnable. Come on, brother. Come on, Ego. You can do it. Ego, why would you do that, champ? Why would you play both of those over there? I'm just curious. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. I just don't get it. That claw is also hilariously bad. Oh, come on. Play it middle. Give me a chance. Ego, you let me sad. You made me sad.
Escaped.
Ego, you made me sad. He was doing so well right up until the point where he wasn't. Will not stop me from believing in the ego. Makes for good content. Triskelion. Alright, that's not too bad. We try and draw cards, or we just get the Daredevil on the table? I feel like we just get the Daredevil on the table. Opponent with their own Daredevil that they actually put in their deck. Alright, let's try and spike that Daredevil. We have gained a Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which will be the first time I actually play this card, I think. I don't think I've played against it yet either, to be fair. Opponent with a Nakia, giving themselves some extra stats across the board. Alright. I think this is just going to be a on-curve Darkhawk. Starting to struggle a bit here, folks. Do apologise. Opponent with the Shuri. Valkyrie might be here to save the day. Negasonic might also be here to save the day. We'll see. There is our Luke Cage. Daredevils just cancel each other out, which is, again, fair and reasonable. We get Spider-Man? That's not what I expected. Well, alright. I kind of want to play this Negasonic just to say I've played Negasonic. Because just never happens. I have reveal priorities. I feel like I'm putting it here. Let's just do this and see if we can't snipe our opponent with a warhead. We appear to have sniped my opponent with a warhead. Oh no, what the hell? Thankfully we didn't get punished for that, but if we'd opened up a space for a Green Goblin, I'd have been sad. I'd have been very sad. Well, nice to add play Negasonic Teenage Warhead to my list of things I've done in Marvel Snap, because that is the first time that card has been in my grasps. Opponent back at it again. Been an awful lot of repeat opponents recently. Don't know whether we're just a bit unlucky or whether there's just not as many people online at certain times of the day or what the stick is really, but it's not been great. Where do I want this lizard to go? Putting the lizard in the raft feels kind of bad. It's going to feel even worse if it just randomly dies, but you know. Bifrost is fine. We can work with Bifrost. No turn 3 here is a bit sad, but how am I feeling? I'm doing okay, thank you, Ross. I'm sadly a bit fatigued, a bit tired. Probably going to call it a bit short today and just get some rest, but I'm mostly okay otherwise. Been having a reasonable time. Hopefully you have too. Alright, let's hope to not get Galactus too hard. Oh look.
Kneel before Galactus.
we will be kneeling. So we'd love to find ourselves a loot cage here to really tie the room together. That is a vibranium, which again is totally fair. Feel like we're dead. I can try and lose priority, I guess. Let's try and lose priority. I think that's the only chance I have of winning this game. Unfortunately, if my opponent plays 2 cards, I lose. I will take... I lose to null as well, right? I beat death. I beat death. So lose to 2 cards, lose to null, beat death. Not sure this is good enough ever. I would encourage you to retreat here a lot of the time. However, never retreat, chat. Never ever retreat. Just go for the cube. It works out every time that it works out, I promise. Every single time. 50% of the time it works every time. Every single time. Don't even worry about it. Just play your cards. Oh man. Lamentis 1 makes Darkhawk sad. That is... Alright, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Opponent wants to snap there, I would like to not play that game. If my eyes could get any wider. That was what I believe the kids refer to as a skill issue. Also, it was like the most ugly destroyer. It's like, yeah, pixel destroyer is probably fine. Gotta love me some cloning vats with Korg. This makes me a happy man. Cloning vats with Darkhawk is also something that makes me a happy man. Ant-Man for the opponent, sure. Not a bad one to have in the cloning vats either, to be fair. Lekiguela is like good for me. I accept. Let's play out the lizard here. Previous opponent screams that you bought Galactus first early series. I mean, maybe. It's definitely a possibility. I don't think we can really know that, but I understand what you're getting at. More Ant-Men. So it looks like some ongoing Destroyer here to me, which I'm okay with. Set ourselves up for a little bit of Valkyrie. Because you also did, yeah, sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly. Like, I think buying the Series 5 big bands is like, okay, even if you're missing the support cast. Just because, again, they're good cards, right? They're always going to cost the same amount. They're reasonable investments. That's where I stand on it, personally. Cosmo here makes me quite sad. Makes the Valkyrie much more awkward. I mean, to be fair, Colossus potentially did too. But I'm okay with this. Do we fill? Do we fill? Might fill. Opponent also filled. Still getting used to playing around New Arrow. Yeah, to be honest, I like the fact she has significantly more counterplay now. Definitely feels like she does anyway. That went about as badly as possible for my opponent. Like, both of those lanes went horribly poorly for them. Dark Orc just a stat-based beast. Shredding them to bits. Yeah, I don't feel like New Arrow is particularly good, but it's still good in certain decks, and there is definitely significantly more counterplay to her now than there was before. Which is a good thing, I think. If she's still seeing play, they probably didn't do too bad of a job on her. Opponent with the best. What was their goal? I suppose they just thought they were outstatting us. Gonna just destroy her in the middle on the last turn and win 2 lanes. But they didn't outstat us in any location, so... Yeah, they might have got corked up too. Every now and then you will certainly get corked up. Blizzard to try and win Eternity range here seems pretty Gucci to me. Opponent with the Mysterio, the mini Doctor Doom. My favorite. Alright, sometimes we're going to end up with a rock, and that's okay. No Sarah for us this game, because Dream Dimension is a huge spoil sport. Dream Dimension makes me sad. Opponent appears to be playing my deck. Looks very familiar. So, I'm very happy to have this Enchantress right about now. Might wait to see if I can get the Mystique. Might wait to see if I can get the Mystique. Yeah, I think so. I cannot get the Mystique. They are diversifying like a smart individual. Alright. So. Oh, so not my exact list. Mr. Sinister on the other side here. So maybe not any Surfers on the other side. Maybe just Patriots. Not having the Sarah here really kind of blows. Think we pick a fight. Think we pick a fight. Yeah, I think this is the fight we pick. Opponent's got the Valk. They are doing some similar things to us. Squirrel Girl and Sinister, Mr. Sinister the changes, of course. We are a little short here, are we not? That's unfortunate. So pick the fight in the wrong place. I guess we had to pick on the right. Pick the fight on the right, we can win the right. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Alright folks, I think I'm going to have a slightly early one today, as I am feeling the week. It has been a long week, busy week, and I think I could do with a bit of a break. So I am going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you as always for hanging out, enjoying a little bit of casual brewing on a Friday night. Appreciate the brand new subscription coming in from Donnie while we're here. I will be back on Tuesday for another live stream, and back with videos over the weekend, of course, so plenty of content on the way. Don't panic, there'll be more than enough fill of me if you like. But until then, I have been HowlingMines. You've been amazing. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Have a good one.